Hello and welcome to ChessBase Tips for Beginners, and in this part we'll talk about organizing your database. Let's start with the physical organization of our databases and games. The actual storage location is the hard drive of your computer or your OneDrive. When we open ChessBase, the first thing we see is the My Databases window. This is a virtual place where we view the databases and games stored on our computer. Because of this, it is important to understand that deleting a database from the My Databases window does not delete it from your computer. It only removes the reference to it from the virtual My Databases window. But let's go step by step. Here we see the My Databases window, which can contain databases, lectures, or individual PGN games. This window can also be displayed in different ways. The icons on the screen can have different sizes, which you can change either in the menu at the bottom of the screen or in the View tab in the top menu. Besides icons, you can also use a list view. The list can be sorted by clicking on a column name. For example, clicking on Title will sort the items alphabetically. When you close ChessBase, this new setting is automatically saved, and the next time you open the program, the columns will appear in the same format. Now let's imagine that I want to organize my selected Caro Kann games by variations. I can see what my database called Caro Kann Defense contains directly in this window through the database preview, which can be activated in the View tab. Next, I create databases for the variations I want. In the home menu, I choose the New option, and because everything is saved on the physical drive, I select a folder on my computer or OneDrive. Now I can copy games from the original database into the newly created ones directly from the database preview. Here the Quickboard view may be useful, which you can open with right-click, list format, Quickboard. For moving games, the familiar keyboard shortcuts Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V work perfectly. As an example, I will do this with all the games from the current database. In the end, it may seem that the My Databases window now contains too many elements, and over time, this can make the window more difficult to work with and create a lot of mess. In this case, folders can help us a lot. First, create the desired folder in Windows Explorer. Then move all your Caro Kann related items into this new folder. After that, go to an empty area in the My Databases window and right-click, Add Folder shortcut and select the correct folder. The old visual references to my variations can now be removed from the main My Databases window because, as mentioned earlier, they are only references to the physical files. Now everything is organized inside the folder, and we will open the databases from there. We also no longer need to see the original source database here after organizing everything into folders. If necessary, we can always bring it back later because the files are still stored on the drive. Let's also make the page look a bit nicer by adding icons to our new elements through right-click and Properties. It is useful to keep only relevant items visible in the My Databases window, so the workspace does not become overloaded. And the organization method itself is something you can choose according to what is most comfortable for you. And remember, the best organization system is not the most complicated one, but the one that helps you to work comfortably and to find your material quickly.